Good morning, Junior 6. I am Miss Fatma Abdelraouf Hamadnallah, and I will be teaching you science this year. I hope you enjoy studying with me. In the last videos, we said that there are some factors that affect living organisms, such as environmental factors and genetic factors, also called hereditary traits. We had discussed environmental factors. Now let's study genetic factors, or hereditary traits. We said that genetic factors, or hereditary traits, include the body size of animals. For example, affects the growth of a kitten when its body size changes gradually until it becomes like its parents. Okay? The height, or length, of plants. For example, affects the shape of plants, like herbs and flowering plants. In a forest, the fur color of animals, for example, affects the growth of young rabbits when it has shorter brown spots on its fur, like its parents. Okay? Now let's talk about the inheritance of traits in living organisms. How do hereditary traits transfer from parents to their offspring? Hereditary traits play a main role in determining the shape, structure, and behavior of an organism. These traits transfer when living organisms reproduce and produce offspring of the same kind. During reproduction, hereditary traits transfer from the cells of parents to the new plants and animals. Inside the nucleus of each of the cells of parents, there is specific information about each cell. Okay? Finally, this information is carried on tiny structures known as genes. So, genes are tiny structures found in the nucleus of cells of living organisms. Genes determine all characteristics of a living organism, such as, in animals, the eye color, the shape of the nose, the shape of ears, and the fur color. In plants, the plant length, the flower color, the leaf shape, and the place of the flower. Okay? Genetic factors control what traits get passed down or inherited from parents to offspring. Now, let's study the role of inherited traits, or hereditary traits, in the structure of living organisms, such as different types of cats, desert plants, types of cats. The hair length of cats differs from one breed to another. Although pet cats have different shapes, all of them belong to the same species, which is known as Felis catus. Examples of them: Burman cat and Sphinx cat. Hereditary traits in Burman cat. It has long, silky hair with different colors. A Burman kitten inherits the trait of long, silky hair from its parents. Hereditary traits in Sphinx cat. It doesn't have any hair, or may have only very fine hair. A Sphinx kitten inherits the trait of hairless body from its parents. Okay? Although both Burman and Sphinx are cats, no Sphinx cat has long hair like a Burman cat. Why? Or give a reason. This is because the Sphinx cat doesn't have the genetic factors that produce long hair, which are present in the Burman cat. Okay? Second, in desert plants. Desert plants have inherited traits that help them adapt to the extreme conditions of the desert, such as very hot weather and very little rainfall. As a result, each generation of plants becomes stronger and better able to adapt. Why? Due to the inherited traits passed down from parents to their offspring. Okay? Finally, the factors that affect human growth, health, and behavior development include environmental factors and genetic factors, as we have studied. There are also lifestyle choices. What about it? In lifestyle choices, bad habits, such as smoking, eating a diet full of chips and soda, it will negatively affect and harm your health and growth. On the other hand, good habits, such as eating healthy food, doing regular exercise, they play an important role in promoting growth and developing good health. B. Environmental factors. Let's know more about them. These are external factors that may not be within your control. Okay? If your environment is healthy and clean, it will positively affect your health and growth. However, if there are problems in the environment, your health and growth may be negatively affected, such as healthcare being unavailable, water being far away or unsafe to drink, difficulty obtaining food, lack of sanitation services, which can lead to the spread of diseases. Okay? 3. Genetic factors. From the previous activities, we have known that the genetic traits transfer from parents to their offspring, where genetic factors affect your body structure as you can observe that your hair color or eye color are like your parents. Genetic factors control the transfer of inherited traits from parents to offspring. Genes carry inherited traits from parents to offspring, so genes are responsible for determining the body features, such as the way your earlobes hang, the length of your fingers, how tall you are. Okay? From the previous explanation, we can conclude that genetic factors, environmental factors, and lifestyle choices affect human growth and behavior development. Okay? Finally, I want to ask you that how do Dorcas gazelles adapt to the environment? As we have learned in this concept, Dorcas gazelles have several genetic factors that help them survive, such as their body color, which helps them blend in with the desert environment or make camouflage. Although they don't drink water for several months, they can survive. How? By getting moisture from the plants they eat. Okay? A small Dorcas gazelle is similar to its parents because it inherits some characteristics from them. These inherited traits are known as genetic factors. Okay? That is all we have in Unit 4, Concept 1. Good luck!